Sure it's all behaving. There we go. Hello everybody, JaffaArchfiend here, and well, what's going on? Is everything behaving? Or yep, looks to be all behaving. Right, hello everybody, JaffaArchfiend here, and well, welcome to Final Fantasy XIV, patch 6.1, Newfound Adventure. So what exactly... So we're just going to go back to our roots now as being an adventurer. We're done with saving, you know, the world. So let's see what Satoru's got in store for us. Ooh, putting on a pot of tea and looks in need of company. Jaffa, how lovely to see you. If you're not in too much of a rush, I was about to make a pot of tea. Would you like a cup? Yeah, sure. Let's have a cup of tea with Satoru. Take a seat then, and I'll find us something to nibble on as well. Aww. Get some biscuits. Ooh. It's like being at your grandma's house. It must get kind of lonely being here.
It's so much quieter these days without everyone around.
Must get kind of lonely being here without, you know, everyone else.
Not that I'm pining for your return, you understand.
Bull.
I have my sources, and I know that each and every one of you is doing well and keeping busy with your endeavors. Meanwhile, I'm left with a surplus of free time and the question of how to make the most of it.
Weren't you supposed to be becoming Eorzea's foremost artisan?
What about you? Any plans for the immediate future?
I'm still mulling it over. Wow, such a serious face.
I hope you weren't thinking of asking me for advice. Though if you are open to suggestions, I might have one for you.
Oh?
You fought bravely and selflessly, helping those in need and saving our star from unimaginable threats.
All true, all true.
For your deeds, you've been hailed as the champion of Eorzea and a host of other incredible things. But why not put those titles aside for a while?
I mean, I would love to, but I've kind of got a recognizable face.
Put yourself as a simple adventurer again and travel the world in search of wonder.
I mean, that is kind of what Emmett Selk asked me to do at the end of the whole thing. That's a great idea, but where to start? It's like, yeah, it's a great big world, but where the hell do we start?
Oh, with so many exciting places to choose from, it's hard to narrow it down.
Yeah, and that's just on this continent.
But I believe I have the perfect destination in mind.
Oh?
Thavnair. That's where you should go next. I doubt you were able to squeeze in a proper tour of Al-Zadal the last time you were there. What with the burning skies and rampaging monsters and so forth.
Good point.
I'm sure Ritra would be pleased to see you.
And Estinian would probably look for some more.
The bounty itself. The Empire's presence in the region was always a deterrent to exploration. So if you've a mind to sail that sea, now's your chance. Just think of all the new experiences you could have.
I suppose you could give me a loan to charter a ship, do you?
Tell me, have you been to the ruins beneath the waters of the Bounty?
Ooh.
As the bearer of Azem's crystal, you may consider your duty to see at least that much.
Underwater ruins. What could possibly go wrong?
Oh, I know that look. That's an adventurer ready to take on the world.
I sense, however, there's a however.
In anticipation of an occasion like this, I was planning to gift you a new set of traveling clothes, but it's still a work in progress.
You have not already prepared them? My
Shouldn't take
God!
much longer now, though, so sit tight and I'll have the last few bits sewn up before you can finish another cup of tea.
That's quick work. Make sure it has pockets. I was expecting a sassy remark there, but no such luck. Okay.
Stitch in here and trim in there. Knot the threads with love and care.
Aww. You gotta love Tataru.
Just a little more to go. I'm sure you're still brimming with excitement.
This just looks like you're doing your cross stitch there.
I run with the needle. See how the fabric surrenders to my whims.
Tataru, are you sure you're not a descendant of Shantoto?
Don't worry. I'll make sure the lining has plenty of pockets for all your little treasures. I swear adventurers are worse than children when it comes to hoarding every feather and leaf and animal hide they come across.
Guilty as charged? You never know when it's going to come in handy. Oh god, it's the man drawer.
Oh, we mustn't forget the waterproofing. Gods forbid you forget to disrobe before plunging into the sea, or a river, or a piping hot bath.
I feel targeted here. I feel targeted here, Tataru. Oh, hello. The fudge? Oh, that looks ominous and spooky. What in the sodding? Well, that's ominous as sin. Newfound Adventure. Ha ha! Oh boy. So the silhouette of whatever that thing is resembles a bit like what Xenos had for his Reaper summon thing. So that might be what we're dealing with later. Who knows?
Ah, you're awake.
Yeah. Cashed a few Z's, never mind a cup of tea.
My apologies. I do get a little carried away with my sewing.
Fair enough. We all have our hobbies, though
You
profession.
seem awfully cheerful. Pleasant dream? Or are you just looking forward to the next chapter of your grand saga?
Oh, bit of both.
Either way, I promise to provide you with new apparel, and so I shall.
Gimme, gimme, gimme.
If you'll accompany me to the Diamond Forge, we can put the finishing touches on your outfit. Shall we?
No, this isn't the Minecraft Diamond Forge that she's on about. It's a location here in Mordana. Do do do. All right, let's go have a word with her at the Diamond Forge here in Mordana. Zoom, 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 zoom. Okay, where is Tataru? There you are. Observe as the artiste refines her piece into a masterpiece. And no napping this time. I only did a moment. You'll see. Where's my pillow? I'll just get the pillow and the duvet ready. A little more room in the shoulders, open up the cuffs, a final adjustment to the hem. All done. Let's see how it looks on the mannequin. Ah. Well, what do you think? Doesn't it just scream, ready for a bold new adventure? Very nice. It's a bit small. I'm so glad you approve. I've done yourself, Tataru. Thank you. Oh, stop. You'll make me blush. If you really want to thank me, though, all I ask is that you wear this on your travels. Will do. Or at least anywhere lots of adventurers might gather. Heh. Ah, there it is. They'll look at you, a famous hero, and wonder, wherever did he purchase those stylish yet practical garments? And before you know it, hordes of new customers will be climbing over each other to place orders at Taru's boutique. Well, she gotta make Gil somehow. Mwahaha! I can hear it now. The merry clink clink of Gil overflowing from my coffers. Sweet music to my ears. So let's take a look at how this all looks on us. So, save. So, Wayfarer's tabard, fingerless gloves, boots, Wayfarer's ear cuff. That might be tricky to show up on an Aura, purely because, you know, well, Aura male with these horns anyway, because they kind of get in the road. You can just about make it out there. And a Wayfarer's necklace. Neat. Well, I can see the necklace alright on my current gear. But how does it look? Oh, I do like those gloves. They don't show off my rings, though. Boots go quite nicely. All in all, that looks pretty decent. That looks good. Can we dye it? That's the most important thing. Yes, we can dye it. Let's see which part dyes. Okay, so it's the tunicky part that dyes. So we can see what all the parts on it dye into. Okay. Okay, so there's no change in the cloak color, but you can change the color of the tunic and the kind of wristbands and that. Okay, that's not too bad. Not exactly what I was expecting, but it'll do the trick, I suppose. I was expecting the cloak to die, but okay. Burgeoning merchant empires aside, you must be excited to start a fresh chapter of your life. New places to go, new people to meet. I often wonder how you remember all your experiences and exploits without taking at least a few notes. Oh, maybe you should start doing just that. You never know when some odd past detail might become relevant, or if one day you'll take a blow to the head and forget the better part of the past decade. Something to keep in mind in any case. That last one seems awfully specific. Collection expanded, the unending codex. Persons, concepts. Seems a bit bare. New entries for prominent terms and characters we add to the codex as you progress through the main scenario quests. Nothing added retroactively, however. Which is a bit of a shame. Although that might have just been just there. Let's take a quick glance at it. And then in codex. Nope, nothing added retroactively from where we just were. Okay. Bountiful Ruins. Some advice to share with us. As the former receptionist and sometimes intelligence gatherer of the Scions, allow me to offer you a word of advice. Do not expect juicy rumors to simply fall into your lap. Adventurers rely on gossip, and the best places to pick up information are taverns and markets. At present, you only have a broad destination in mind. When you arrive in Thavner, I suggest you explore your options at Mehridi's Mehain, the finest drinking establishment in Razathan. Charm the employees, and they'll not only point you in the direction of the local tale-tellers, but also share with you the tricks for loosening their tongues. I really must get back to running my boutique. Enjoy the journey, and may fair fortune find you. Aww. bum, bum, bum. Alright, so. First things first. Go to Dania to add these into... Actually, do I have the Glamour prisms to add the stuff? To add that to it, I wonder. Because, yeah, they're going straight into my Glamour chest. And also, the Glamour stuff should have been upgraded as well. Come with 6.1, so we can see if any of that's transferred in. Or if we need to wait till later to do that. So, off to the inn. Choco saddlebag, Glamour prisms. Glamour. I've got Glamour dispellers. Do I have the Glamour prisms on me? Yes, I have 7. Okay, that's enough. That's enough for what I needed to do. Oh, also consider this an informal tutorial about how to use the Glamour dresser if you're not familiar with how the system works here. So we'll try that in a minute. So, you go to your Glamour dresser. So you'll have noted down here how many Glamour prisms you've got. I've currently got 7. So go to the armor chest section that you want to put in. Okay, so let's see. Wayfarer's tabard. Using a Glamour prism on a selected item, place in a Glamour dresser, blah, 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 blah. Do you wish to proceed? Yes. And it's as simple as that. That's it added to the Glamour prism, to the Glamour dresser. Okay, so we're still only at 400 in the Glamour chest, so they haven't quite expanded it just yet. Wayfarer's boots. Wayfarer's ear cuff. And Wayfarer's necklace. And the Glamour plates. Ah, they have, however, expanded the Glamour plates. Previously we only had up to 15, now we've got up to 16. So with that in mind, let's give ourselves our artisan spectacles, which are Haymark. Wayfarer's ear cuff, because why not? Where did it go? That's the trick, isn't it? Trying to find the stuff, really. Wayfarer. Where are you? There you are. Fingerless gloves. And the Wayfarer's boots. Now, we can't just go walking around looking like a Roman, so we are going to give ourselves some trousers. Could give ourselves some leggings, but no. Let's make things a little bit more practical, shall we? Ooh, the Lucian Prince boots bottoms look good with it. Although purely for the giggle's sake. Let's go with that, actually. Lucian Prince bottoms. Yeah, that looks good with it. So that'll do for that. That looks all good. And save. Save plate. Okay. And now, go to there and apply. That is us now glamoured up. Alright, so we want to go to the Maheen. That'll be at Razathan. So off we go to there. We did promise Tatara we'd be wearing her gear, so... Alright. Just take the Ethernet to the Maheen. I love this place. Says Bond Eternal. Ah, that must be a thing for a side quest. Alright. Okay. Where is our chatty thing? There it is. Ah, hello you. welcome to Merheid's Maheen. Mahane, whatever. Oh, hello, I did not recognize you at first. Are you here alone? Let me find you a table. Ruins beneath the Bounty? Would you be speaking of the sunken treasure vault? We have one regular, a historian in fact, who could tell you all about it. They do not appear to be here, however, do they? Ah, there he is. Professor Jalheen. I thought I just saw him come in. Although a somewhat private sort, the professor is quick to befriend those who share his fondness for the Maheen's unique beverages. Offer him any drink from our selection, and he should happily share everything he knows about the vault you seek, and a few other odd bits besides. Whatever you buy for him is on the house, by the way. If Meher had found out I took coin from Thavnair's saviour, she would have me scrubbing pots for a week. Well, I wouldn't say no to a free drink. Yes. Following event cannot be skipped. You may wish to cancel any pending duty finder registrations. And what may I do for you, my Eorzean friend? Oh, just a friendly chat. How about a drink? Well, I certainly know to say no to a drink freely offered. Here we go. One of Meher's finest. Enjoy. Ah, lovely. Bottoms up. Empties the cup in a single pull. Oh god. That's a rather large cup. It's the size of his head. That was very kind of you, sir, but I know I'm being softened up. What is it you want from me? I want to talk about the stuff in the bounty. Oh, chasing down that old tale, are you? It does seem to appeal to the adventurous at heart. Now, where to begin? I assume you've heard of Al-Zadal? He was Khan of the Auri tribe which sailed to Thavnair from the mainland and a key figure in the history of Razatan. His decision to aid the Arkasodra is what ultimately won them the war against the Garjasura, thus allowing our predecessors to lay the foundation for this thriving city-state. The truly fascinating stories, however, concern his grandson, Al-Zadal III, who is known for his deeds as satrap in Razatan's earlier days. Some attest this man travelled to another world entirely and returned with glittering riches. Others that he brokered an alliance with a certain worm of the first brood. Then there is a tale of the sunken vault, the one you seem most curious about. According to this legend, Al-Zadal III claimed a small island somewhere in the middle of the bounty. There he built a structure reaching clear to the bottom of the sea, a deep and secret storehouse, and locked all his worldly wealth within. In the centuries since, whenever a natural disaster or hardship befell Razatan, folk would remember that tale of hidden treasure. Hearty souls would set out to claim their fortune, but precious few ever made it home. Would you like to hear more? Apologies, I have a slight tickle in... Oh, my cup appears to be empty. Melil, another round for the professor. Ah, I see if we reached an understanding. You're a sharp one, adventurer. Yeah, no, you're just very bleeding obvious. Oh, today was a splendid day to visit the Mahane. Gulps his news drink with gusto. I'm sorry, that mug is the size of your heads! Where were we? Ah, yes. Those who did return from seeking the treasure vault flatly refused to speak of what they saw. Did this discourage others? Nay, quite the opposite. Oh god, he's even got hiccuping motions. Quite the opposite. Such accounts only served to feed the legend, and the golden lure grew stronger than ever before. I love that little animation hiccup burp. That reminds me of something Azama was saying. Azama's a fellow connoisseur of spirituous potables. Yes, he is. Anyway, he was saying that one of his acquaintances went after the treasure himself. Hasn't been seen since he set sail, I hear, but he did have... no, I can say no more. You seem a generous sort. What kind of man would I be to encourage what is clearly a foolhardy quest? If my words have sent you to your death, I could never live with myself. I am no stranger to peril. I'm the friggin' warrior of light. Is that so? Perhaps it's your turn to tell a tale then. What manner of dangers have you faced? Where to begin? The very edge of existence. From anyone else, I struggle to believe it, but I recognize you now. You're the hero of the final days. A drink. I need another drink to settle my nerves. Mahilil, more of the same, if you please. Dude, I think if you take another one, as you wish, but this one is on your coin, Professor. Dude, if you have another one, I think you're going to go under the table. Drains yet another cup dry. Oh, God. You almost fell off your chair. I'm starting to think this is pushing past your limits. Anyway, you being who you are, I suppose it wouldn't hurt to share a little more. This friend of Azama's, he was desperate to buy a treasure map, one which showed the way to the entrance of the vault. Seems he could only get it from some merchant. What's his name? Bah, I forget. Let's drink a toast to you, my new best friend. Milil, more drinks. Signal for water instead. Yeah. We need him to be, conscious. Your drink, sir. Ah, marvellous. I am parched. Oof, that was water. Did you tell her to bring me water? Still, that's probably for the best. Pretty kind of you, really. My head will certainly thank you in the morning. Oh, I seem to have overindulged. I'm put in the words of Master Jal Sahan. Be wary how much of the drink you swallow, lest it swallow you. Forgive me, I will subject you to no more of these unseemly antics. If you want to speak of Azama, well, as I said, we share a taste for the Mahane's fine spirits. You probably came in here as we were talking. I wish you fortune in finding your fortune. You appear to have learned all. To find more, you'll need to locate a man by the name of Azama. Wow. This dude is wasted. Is he under the table? I'll wait for everyone to kind of spawn in. Is he under the table, I wonder? Or is he kind of waxing? Nope, he's just kind of waxing and waving. Perhaps I should find myself a new pastime. Ah, there you are, Azama. Yes, I am Azama, and who might you be? I'm the Warrior of Light. I heard you have a map. All true, I'm afraid. My friend took a ship in search of Al-Zadal's legacy. I've been watching for his sails ever since. Tried to dissuade him, of course, but he refused to listen. All he could talk about was finding that vault. Look in his eyes. Ooh, excuse me. I knew it wasn't common gold or jewels he lusted after. He was hunting Al-Zadal III's otherworldly hoard, and his ambition would not be denied. I see it in you too, that appetite for the mysterious and the unknown. But I'll not attempt to turn you from your path. I know too well the futility of that endeavour. So I will tell you what my friend told me, how he convinced a merchant in the bazaar to give him the rough location of the vault's entrance. It seems this merchant, one Vashal, I believe, is selling a map which shows the exact route. My friend's purse was too light for its exorbitant price. With what meagre wealth he had, he instead paid to learn that there are ruins on a small island somewhere in the bounty. And within those ruins hides the path to the vault deep below. If you truly intend on seeking Al-Zadal's treasure, I suggest you put your affairs in order. I wish things were different, but I do not believe my friend is ever coming home. Right, so we need to find this Zasal.
Please, Ashal, please! You must let me have that treasure map!
Oh, buddy! That's the map in question, I believe.
What's all this about?
My mother and father were slaughtered by monsters. My baby sister, still too young to fend for herself. Can you spare us no kindness? So, you hope to find your fortune? And what? You expect me to surrender my wares for pity's sake?
Ugh, good point.
What have you to offer in payment? As I thought. Come back when you've more than rags to your name. This is no mere treasure map. It is a guide to the vaults of Al-Zadal III, one of the great satraps of Radzat-Han, and a direct descendant of Al-Zadal Khan.
Allegedly. Has anyone verified it?
Legacy.
So he says.
Good point.
A fake, I'd wager.
This is no fake. The parchment is marked with an arcane glyph of passage.
So?
You may find the ruins hidden in the bounty, but you won't be setting foot inside without this in your possession.
Ah! That's a bit of a swindle, that, ain't it?
A priceless artifact it is, discovered amongst the rubble in the aftermath of the final days, and lovingly restored by yours truly.
Hmm.
This map is the key to fabulous riches, and I'll be the king of fools to simply give it away. Be glad I am no such king, boy. Your scrawny-eyed had never return with that treasure alive.
Oh, cruel fate! Why must you tempt me with wealth I am powerless to claim?
Why do I get the funny feeling he's in on it?
How I shall envy the one who purchases that precious map.
Yeah.
Whatever they pay will be but pittance against the golden hoards they
Yeah,
intend to
this is
uncover.
a... God, this is a scam and a half. Laying it on a bit thick there, kid. Oh, God. There's a nincompoop. Oh, God. The walking nincompoop wallet. Oh, no. Justinian, don't you dare. Don't you dare.
What have you, sir? Fighting man of your stature would surely relish the challenge of recovering Al-Zadal's lost fortune.
Oh, no. Fools and their money, soon to be parted.
A fortune, you say?
Oh, no. Justinian. No.
If I had but the strength to seize that treasure, my starving sister would never want for food.
Oh, no. Justinian, can you tell the difference between a lie and a grift? Come
I'll
on.
take it. Will this cover the price?
Justinian.
Well met, my friend.
Well, you've got a map. Let's take a look at it.
Someone is dressed for adventure.
You can thank / blame Tataru.
Why Favner of all places? Knowing you, I suspect there's more to your plans than sightseeing and shopping.
Yep, and you're holding it. Assuming it's genuine.
Ruins beneath the bounty. Curious. And here I've acquired a map to just such a site.
Assuming the map's genuine.
With that sale, I do believe I've earned the rest of the day off. Thank you for your patronage, sir, but if you'll excuse me.
You needn't mind us.
And now I've fleeced one of the heroes of the final days. Pray the sisters were looking elsewhere.
Yeah. Oh, I think the kid's feeling some remorse now.
This map may or may not be genuine. Either way, we'll need a ship to find out for sure.
I never took you for a treasure hunter.
Lest you misunderstand, I seek the treasure not for myself. If such a fortune truly exists, then it could help ease the struggles of those who lost their loved ones in the final days.
Ah. Altruistic.
To do for Thavnir what you and Alphino did for the Alamegans when you recovered the Mad King's trove.
Good point.
Come now. You know Alphino needs little encouragement when it comes to recounting the tales of your shared exploits.
He's got a point. Alpha knows a bit of a blabbermouth when it comes to adventures.
Speaking of precocious lads, that boy in the bazaar was clearly in a...
Oh, thank God he picked up on it.
Suppose his role was to draw the attention of the crowd and add weight to the merchant's bold claims.
Mm-hmm.
Transparent act for the most part. It was not all mummery. The need to provide for his sister rang true enough.
Yeah, sprinkle enough truth into the lie and it'll
Thus,
seem all
if
believable.
some portion of the profits end up in that waif's pockets, then I will consider it money well spent. Whether the map leads us to the vault or not.
I swear, if that guy doesn't pay the kid for his part and all that, there's gonna be words.
You are coming along, yes?
Oh, but of course! Shall we split the expenses?
I appreciate the concern, but one thing I've learned from my time with the Science is how to better manage my coin purse.
Oh good, at least you learned how to do that. Otherwise Tataru would be coming for your head.
Now, let's see about securing a vessel.
Good man. Ooh, I wonder how much of that he heard. Ah, good kid. Alright, Stinian. You will recall I spoke of visiting Thavnir at Vitra's request. Well, he finally invited me to a feast and made his proposal once I was too full of Hannish delights to refuse. He wishes me to train the Radiant Host in lance work. That is a tale for another time. What we need now is a merchant or a trawler with a ship fit for the open seas. Matisse is a fisherman by trade, yes? We should head to Ikeali and see if he can help us. So Vitra's gone and hired you to train the soldiers. Cushy job, as long as you don't kill them. Oh, someone's done a lot of grinding. I love my little crafter dragon. Right. Matisse. Let's have a chat. We need to borrow your boat. My friends, what brings you to our humble village? We need to borrow / steal your boat. We have a treasure map, you see. So, you need a seaworthy vessel to seek these ruins. Considering it was your deeds which allowed us to return to fishing, I should think everyone would be glad for a chance to repay the favor. Wait here, and I will have a boat stocked and ready for you in no time at all. God, the kid's following us, ain't he? Is he coming along? Have you noticed our little shadow? He's been following us since we left the city. We see you there, boy. Show yourself. You ain't exactly that stealthy, kid. Ah, it is you. You know how far out of our way we walked so you would not cross paths with some wild beast. I'm sorry, sir, but aren't you the heroes of Safe Thavner? You are. I know you are. And I've gone and cheated you. I work with Zashel, you see, the map merchant. It's my job to play the pleading orphan and convince the crowd his wares are worth the price he asks. I'm ashamed of what I've done and beg for your forgiveness. No, if not for you, my sister and I would never have... well, we'd be... Enough. I knew your game and I paid the price willingly. A fortunate purchase, as it turns out. For my friend here was seeking those very ruins. Oh, that's a new emote. You are kind to overlook the wrong I have done you. There is more you need to know. Oh? Is he about to tell us the map's genuine? Oh god, it is! The map you bought is very real, as it is the island it shows. I overheard Zashel selling information to another customer. He told that man where he needed to search, about the ruins, about the vault, about everything. Then the man sailed out to find his fortune, never to return. You cannot go alone to that place. You should have more friends with you, maybe even a whole army. I do not doubt the ruins hold danger, but I assure you, between the two of us, there is little we cannot overcome. Please, I cannot bear the thought of... We might need a hand moving the treasure. I mean, if there's as much as they claim, assuming we find any, still it may prove wise to bring some companions along all the same. It is in whom to approach. Signs have scattered far and wide since our last gathering. Grahatia and Kryl. Aye, Kryl may have had his full blue students, but if you reach out to Graha, he would surely leap at the invitation. That set your mind at ease? That man is as strong as you, is he though? Strong, I mean? What is your name, boy? Merad, sir. Well, Merad, your life is yours to live as you will. I suggest you find a more honest trade if you truly wish to keep your sister safe. I'm not proud of what I do. What choice do I have? We need to eat and everyone's too busy rebuilding their own lives to bother with two grubby orphans. Wait, boy. I didn't take this roundabout road just to see you end up at some creature's belly. Let me walk you back to the city gates. Thank you, sir. Call me Estinian. Don't you dare Batman and Robin this, by the way. Don't you dare. Don't you dare Batman and Robin this. Should leave you to recruit Graha. You'll appreciate the invitation that much more, I'm sure. He's at the annex. Someone there ought to be able to point you in the right direction. Do me a favor and don't stray from the path. Alright, let's go have a chat with Graha. Let's go have a chat with Graha. Right, hold on, I can just do a return. I've got that set to my home point right now. Much cheaper! Annex. I do wonder what happens if you tried to pick the other options, if they'd take you to them or not, but we'll find out later, I suppose, as we talk to Graha. Ojika! What might the students do for you? I need to have a word with Graha. Is he available? Yes, he's in the main hall. They've been holed up there for days. By all means, go and give them an excuse to take a break. Oh, Graha! You wanted an adventure. How does an untold treasure beneath the sea sound?
Ah, Ojika, my good man.
Excuse me, I'm a little tall for Ojika,
Would
thank
you.
you.
So kind as to...
Hello!
Oh, isn't this a pleasant surprise?
I wish you had sent word ahead. I thought I was having visions for a moment there.
Easy, buddy. how's the restoration of the students coming along?
Slow and steady. Raha and I have been compiling old records of the students' activities. We located several accounts in the archives of Numenon and added them to the collection we recovered from the Isle of Val.
That's good to hear.
And judging by the progress we've made thus far, sorting this pile will keep us occupied for days to come.
Oof. How about a distraction?
But what brings you to the annex, my friend? Surely you haven't come all this way just to watch us shuffle dusty papers around?
I mean, I could help, but... How does an adventure under the sea sound, Graha? With a bounty of treasure beneath the bounty.
The treasure vault of Al-Zadal III.
And you're looking for companions to join you on this expedition?
Yep.
I would dearly love to accompany you, of course, but I'm afraid I'm committed to another task. On the subject of which, I had hoped to ask for your assistance.
I came to ask you for help. You wanted me to ask me for help. Glancing towards Graha, who is currently... Oh boy. Oh god. He's fluffing! He's fluffing!
Then again, it's not so urgent that it can't wait until you've returned. You should go, Raha. I'll stay here and mind the shop, as it were.
Are you sure?
A little sparkle in his eye.
Short-handed.
That was a wee bit quick there, Buzzy.
I'm sure. Just try to be back before too many moons have passed.
Well, I guess we're off on another adventure already.
Easy there, Sparkle Moon.
Have you asked anyone else to come along?
You were my first choice.
Then might I suggest we invite your Stola?
You want to bring her
Ever
along?
since the Scions disbanded, she spent most of her time cloistered within the Great Google Library, hoping to piece together a method to traverse the rift. It would seem, however, that whatever wisdom she sought there was not to be found. She arrived in Charlian the other day. We spoke briefly before she began her search of Numenon. Considering what you've told us of Al-Zadal's extraordinary feats, I do
Good
believe
point.
your Stola would be more than interested to hear what you have to say.
If there is some connection to another world, then yeah, I do suppose she would be interested and could be convinced to tag along.
Splendid! Then let us head to the archives at once.
Wait, before you go. I have another potential member to volunteer, if you've room to spare. Urianger.
Oh?
He sent the students a request for materials, you see. Treatises on the architecture of treasure vaults and the like.
Oh, really? What's he looking after then?
From what I can gather, the Loperites are looking to make improvements to their own creation and wish to learn more about how we build things down here.
Oh.
So, why not take Urianger with you? Let him study Al-Zadal's legacy firsthand.
Sounds like a plan.
None can deny the benefit of seeing something with your own eyes. If our expedition leader has no objections, I say we extend Urianger an invitation once we've spoken with your Stola.
Yeah, why not? Let's get the band back together, as it were.
Safe travels, you two. But don't forget, I'd still like your help with that other matter I mentioned.
Which I believe might be the Alliance raid content, yes?
Right. Then it's off to the library.
Right, to the library. Which one is the closest teleport point there? The studium. Almost went in there. I want to go in this direction, thank you. Pudding away. You're still here, buddy. Guess my pudding wasn't needed to stop the final days after all. I persevere. Once people taste it, they'll be even happier than they were before the apocalypse started. I just know it. Aw, you keep dreaming, buddy. Look for the swarm of people. There we shall find Y'shtola. That is a lot of books. Is she sleeping on the books? Oh, that is adorable. Aww. Taking a screenshot of that. Aww.
I've never known Y'shtola to doze off in the middle of research before.
I think she's exhausted. Let's wait for her to wake up, shall we? Might be a while. Oh, Y'shtola. Oh, there's the ear flicks.
Close my eyes for one moment.
Hello. Oh! Oh! Oh, you okay?
How long have you two been here?
How long have you been asleep? We didn't want to wake you.
Nor did I want to fall asleep.
Oh, Y'shtola.
I must have been studying for 2-3 days straight before exhaustion finally claimed me.
Oof. 2-3 days. Good lord.
As you know, I've been researching ways to travel from the source to one of its reflections. Well, looking for hints at least. I don't expect to find a simple set of instructions tucked away in some dark corner of the library. So I've been skimming through the stacks, hoping to uncover even a partial mention of any similar feats in the past.
Well, fancy you should mention that.
A means to travel between worlds exists, and you can be sure I will find a way to employ it. So I promised Runar, but 'twould seem I've set myself a nigh impossible task.
You needn't be so hard on yourself. The leap I made with the Crystal Tower was not achieved in an afternoon. It was the culmination of a collective effort spanning generations.
Yeah. Even then, we didn't quite manage to hit the place we want, the time we wanted it.
I assure you, 'tis quite the opposite.
She wants to do better than
A
Sid and the
daunting challenge
Generations.
And the time to sink my teeth into it. I feel like a fresh-faced student again.
A scholar in her element.
Yep.
Indeed. Was there something else you wish to ask of me?
Well, fancy you should mention looking for a way to travel between worlds. How's a treasure hunt sound?
Al-Zadal is no minor figure in Harnish history, a much much is known about his family. But this is the first I've heard of a descendant surviving a trip to another world. If those tales are true, then he may have left behind some clue as to how it was accomplished.
Mm-hmm.
An invitation to delve into one of the world's lingering mysteries. As if I could refuse. And whence do we embark upon this expedition?
Well, we need to go have a chat with Urianger first.
Achiali, by ship. But before that, we thought to extend an invitation to Urianger as well. He was in Finalizing last we heard.
Then by all means, let us recruit him and be on our way.
She's moving quite sprightly. No one touch the pile of books. Or your stola might kill you. Oh no, they're going to start cleaning up. Oh no. Well, I suppose they kind of have to. Right, off to Finalizing, which means we need to teleport down to Aporia. Ah, stuff has been added to the Unending Codex. Let's take a look-see here. Aha. Okay. So we are getting stuff added to it as we go through. That's good. That's something at least then. It's so much easier to get around when you can fly. No ether currency here. Ah, Urianger. Where's Thancred?
Our illustrious champion. Cloaked in the mantle of the common explorer, fame set aside in thy pursuit of simple adventure. I am told a new expedition is in the offing.
You have been told correct, good sir. Wasn't Thancred with you? Or has he wandered off already?
He left to attend to some personal errand, but should be returning ere long.
You've been keeping yourself busy, I trust?
Yeah, what have you two been up to anyway?
True to our plan, Thancred and I embarked upon a pilgrimage of sorts, with an eye for gauging the state of those lands through which we passed.
Uh-huh.
Our travels were interrupted, however, by a request for aid from our befurred lunar allies.
Befurred. That's a...
You may recall the Loperids had been seeking new purpose for the moon, another role through which it might serve to benefit mankind. The Forum hath been working to advise them in this endeavor, but I return to offer mine own counsel.
Yeah, if we're not using it as an escape vessel type thing, what are we going to use it for?
And this has what to do with treasure vaults, exactly?
Ah, you have learned of my predicament from Mistress Cryle.
Yep, which is why we came to recruit you, buddy.
I know not whence they acquired such knowledge, but the Loperids now stand convinced that adventurers delight in treasure hunts.
Oh, that explains the Excitotron, then. Okay, that explains that.
Thus, with their newly built wonderland of riches and mystery, do they hope to entice all manner of daring delvers to the moon?
Oh my god, they're trying to turn the moon into, like, Disneyland. Oh my god. Treasure hunting Disneyland. Oh, okay. They want to turn the moon into a theme park. Oh god.
You come to
to look for you, buddy. Because we're going treasure hunting.
Fascinating. This is indeed a most fortuitous
There's Zach.
opportunity. I should be honored to accept thine invitation. How long has it been, I wonder, when last our actions were not impelled by fate or desperation?
Oh god, who knows? Far too long, I presume.
Aye. Though I cherish the Scion's accomplishments, 'tis pleasant to not have the weight of the world upon our shoulders.
Oh, excuse-moi.
Counting Istinian, we number 5 now, yes? Without knowing what traps or perils await unwary feet, we may be wise to refrain from recruiting others.
I agree. Between us, we should have the skills to handle whatever situation may arise. Shall we be on our way?
Let us.
What, no time to spare a word for the grizzled old bard?
I don't think you've been a bard in a long time, Thancred.
All is well, I trust.
A wasted trip, I'm afraid. I'd hoped to catch up with a former mentor while you parleyed with the rabbits. It seems our paths were not to cross.
How was your pilgrimage?
Having an astrologian beside you on the road is surprisingly convenient. And it doesn't hurt that he's making strides with his light-hearted banter.
Oh god, you're teaching him to banter, are we?
In any case, as we made our way around Al-Zadal, we saw that much of the continent was in various stages of chaos.
I mean, that tracks. I mean, the Empire's kind of gone boop.
A certain amount of disorder is to be expected. The final days are over, and the people no longer have a common threat binding them together. That's the thing with these fledgling troubles, eh? You need to keep an eye out, lest they mature into full-grown headaches.
And then I'm the one who has to deal with them. More often than not.
For what reason have so many esteemed personages seemed fit to gather? Beneath the waters of the bounty, you say? I see you've already stolen away my traveling partner with the promise of unexplored ruins and scholarly glory.
I mean, if you want to tag along.
Nay, 'tis not for mine own indulgence, but rather the fulfillment of my commitment to the Loporits.
Bull. 2 for 1 deal on that one, I think.
Ah, of course. And if you have Estinian rounding out your group, you'll likely have all the members you need.
Do you want to come along?
I could put in a good word for you, if you like.
We may have been released from our obligations, but I'll never be free of that merciless wit of yours, will I?
Nope.
In all seriousness, it is best I sit this one out. Too many former scions consorting with one another might be seen as a cause for concern in certain quarters.
Ah, good point. Yes.
I'll return to my usual reconnaissance and scout out the situation in the Far East. Feel free to share if you come across any interesting revelations.
We'll do. We'll keep you apprised.
Till we meet again.
Shall we also hasten our departure? Sir Estinian will wonder what hath become of us.
I think he's too busy recruiting his brand new little Robin. God, I really hope he doesn't Batman and Robin this. Alright. Back to Estinian. I do love the whole no impending peril, no grand scheme thing jig going on. It's just we're going on a treasure hunt. I send you to recruit Raha, and you return with an entire survey party. I hope Matisse's boat is sturdy enough to carry us all. What it means is, we are grateful for the use of one of your precious fishing vessels. We are more than glad for the chance to provide it. I ask only that you take care to steer clear of the reefs in the shallows there. Aye, we'll keep an eye out. Grab them silver pieces. Alrighty. Yashtola. Al-Zadal's legacy. Let's have a wee bimble through the treasure ruins then, shall we? Al-Zadal III. I confess I'm somewhat embarrassed the tale of his journey to another world escaped my notice. Could it be more than simplest folklore? And what of the treasure he supposedly brought back? This undersea vault may hold relics from another reflection. My friends, we should temper our expectations. The map doth promise ruins, but beyond that we know not what we will find. Not until we find it, aye. So let us dispense with the conjecture and set sail for the vault. Time to have a sail! On to the horizon! Yeah, I'm just kind of glancing back and forth between it, so... Yeah, I haven't played it yet, so... But I've seen some videos from it. It's like, yeah, the voice actors are doing a decent job. Alright. Form a party and enter Al-Zadal's legacy. Oh god, they've changed how this works. Okay, hold on. Ah! Right, so... Myself, Raha, and Yashtola. Let's stick to that, shall we?
Victory will be ours.
Close that up. Register for duty. Let's dive on into Al-Zadal's legacy, shall we? Oh. Ooh. Hello? Oh, hello. Okay, there definitely seems to be something to this. Map's genuine, at least. Well, this confirms the map's genuine, at least. But whether the stories are is another matter altogether. Yeah, slow hero walk. Let's get plundering the tomb. Munching some ravens. Our adventure begins. Time to learn just how authentic our map truly is. What are you doing, Graha? You are not going down that easy, thank you.
Hold still.
Spell speed's a little slow. I could swear this was faster before the patch. Might need to change some materia around before the Alliance raid. I think they've increased the global cooldown, I think. Or at least it feels like it's gone quicker. Alright. Let's see what we got here. Oh, hello. These are curious patterns. Oh, hello! That was sneaky, sneaky. Oh, go straight direct cure on you. Have you gotten squishier, Graha? Get out of that. Interesting. Very interesting. Oh, killing you first. That's a friggin' Morble. Spoost! Oh, for the love of... And that is why I want to kill this thing first. Because of that little AoE it does.
Allow me.
There we go, that's better. And now I can breathe easy. I'll breathe easier. Okay. Ah, more of these bleeding things. What is hitting me? Oh, how do your job?
Hold still.
I will not hold back.
Allow me.
Okay. I presume we're going to be going into the waterfall. Yep. Okay, this looks to be the first boss. Yep, that's the first boss for here. And it's some kind of jellyfish. Ooh, hello. Very decorative. Me likeys. Alright, what do we got here? Ambu Jam. This gelatinous eyesore bars our path. Well, let's make it out of our way, shall we? Big wave. That feels like a tank buster. Okay, not quite a tank buster. Group AoE, gotcha. What is that doing? I'm gonna stick with Ristola. Oh, lordy! Okay, that's a thing. Let's get rid of that, shall we? Okay, Asuna does not remove that. Asuna does not remove. Okay. Good to know. Oh, lordy! Ah, there we go. Get out of that. A little Shiva tactic there. Oh, here goes some more tentacle diggings. Where are they going? They're going that way around by the looks of things. So we're going to be wanting to leg it up to here, I think. Yep. Oh, you're still a beat Estinian to it. Okay.
Hold still.
If only it had been a squid. Imagine the dried rations. I'd rather not. Oh look, is that a teleporter? Alright, what does this hat of healing look like? Oh my good giddy aunt. What the? Tossing? Okay, that would probably look better on a female model. But or any model that ain't, well, it's not any better than my limbo gear at the minute, so... It's item level 575. Whereas I've got 580 at the minute. So, if you don't have limbo gear, salt encrusted teleporter. Okay. See how this goes. Whee! Under the sea. The Arapago remnants. Okay, so we definitely have an underwater treasure vault. We'll definitely have an underwater something. Glyph of passage detected, confirming bearer's identity. Wait, what? That can't be good. Ooh, we are definitely under the water. Our map was not fake after all. Well, good to know that's confirmed. Oh, hello. We have the locals to deal with, though. Oh, that's ominous. Yeep. And let's add another holy into the mix. Dreaming in. Treasure coffer. Click. Bracelet of Fending. What does that look like? Turn off that. Okay, that's not too bad. It's kind of a... That's alright. It's a nice we model that. What did I just do? Unrecognized ethereal signature. Brazen thief, you will proceed no further. Ah! Oh, no you don't! Ha ha ha! Kill this thing quick, kill this thing quick, kill this thing quick before it swarms us.
Something special for you.
Thankfully, these things don't seem to have that much HP, so, comparatively speaking. Oh boy. Heal the tank, heal the tank. Easy, Graha, I gotcha, I gotcha. Oh, get out of the way, that.
Allow me.
You underestimate me.
Okay. No treasure to loot in here. What loot do we have here? Darbar Necklace of Amain. How does that look? Oh, that's nice.
Allow me.
And let's get some more holy spam going on here, shall we? Heal the tank, get some holy spam, get some holy spam. That's my one AoE move I can do reliably.
You're mine.
Alrighty. Oh, there's another scanner thing coming up. Oh boy. Okay, that doesn't stop it. Claw Trap Al-Zadal the 14th. It's a crab with a crown on its head! It thinks it's royalty. Radiant Crab. Oh my god. up, get you healed up. And down goes His Royal Majesty. Okay, I'm gonna wait for my mana to restore itself a bit more here. Oh, hello. We've got some kind of machiney thing going on down here. Okay. Just gauging it from here. Doesn't look elegant. Almost looks lopperitty. Turn back, Treasure Seeker, or this vault will be your tomb. Oh, it may be Allegheny. Get healed up. Fucking tits. Okay. Well, that didn't go quite how I thought it would, but hey-oh. Lessons are learned. Wow. Does not put me anywhere closer to it, does it? Okay. Okay, so... Oh, whilst we're running through here, just a quick thing about the new... Oh, I can't even take a look at the adventure plate. Well, in terms of the emotes you get to use for the adventure plate and portraits feature that they introduced in 6.1, you know, the kind of like guild card type of thing from Monster Hunter, you only get the very basic level 1 character type of emotes. Anything you gain past the kind of initial character creation is not available just yet. That will probably be added later on. Alright, let's see what we've got going on here. So far, so good.
Away with you!
Diffusion Ray, I think this is just a generic AoE for group. Yep. Takes off half your health. Bear that in mind. Oh god, there's more now. Okay. Where's the safe spot? Where's the safe spot? This looks safe-ish. Okay, I was not in the right spot. Okay, this looks like normal shenanigans. Okay, that's fine then. Okay, they add that onto it as well. That's just peachy.
This will hurt.
Oh, okay. This is a very tight corridor of safety here. Given how much everything else is hurting, I'm putting both my shields on Grahaboy. Put my dot back on it. Safe zone, safe zone, safe zone looks to be here.
Hold still.
Whew. Your greed will prove your undoing. Darbar gloves offending. Okay. 2x2 hands of blue. Alright. So let's see what we've got further into this place, shall we? Well, this should more than cover the price of the map. I mean, this is... How much did you pay for it anyway? Ha! You don't want to know, Yashola. You do not want to know. Let's just say we're glad Tataru wasn't in the room. Money, money, money. This is oh lordy. And we haven't even delved even deeper into it. I mean, this would. Oh boy. Do we think Matisse's boat can carry all this? I mean, we're gonna have to take several trips. I mean, oh lordy. Oh yeah, that is not gonna be able to fit on the boat. That is not gonna be able to fit on the boat. Yeah, we're gonna need a bigger boat. Good lord. Secure the treasure. The thrice won hoard. Yeah, this is gonna be... But yeah, in terms of like junk items and stuff like that, there aren't any actual junk items per se. There's no like grayed out items in terms of on them 14. There's items you don't want to keep and all that kind of stuff, sure, but there's no actual junk items, as it were. What other riches might this one vault hold? Eh. Savage material, that could be handy later. Keep forgetting we're under the water. And you remember, oh yeah, we're under the water. Good lordy! This is all very Cave of Wonders. Oh god, that's what this is, isn't it? It's a freaking Cave of Wonders. Or at least a similar type thing to it. I swear, if we don't say open sesame at one point during this treasure hunt, under the sea, I'm going to be very disappointed. Oh, lordy! Okay, all that glitters is not gold, it may have a mouth to wish to fold. Leading mimics! Beware the gold that is not real. Maybe a mimic set to fate. Beware the gold that is not real. Maybe a mimic making you a meal. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out a rhyme here for this. Loot! Ah, some more materia. Yes. Heaven's Eye. Direct hit rate. Okay, that's handy. Let's get that going. Oh, here we go. Unlocking last boss room. What do we have in here? Looming Warden. Kapakulu. Well, aren't you colorful? Okay. Obviously, spikes are going to come up with the floor out of these bits, so the blue squares might be our only safe zones. However, the pattern, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them only have a... There's singular dots on those ones, singular dots on those ones, and more intricate growing ones on those. These are probably going to go... Zit! Where these ones will be the safe zones, but... You know, streamer boy's got it covered in streams, so that's probably going to do some wrapping. What is this oversized mammoth? Warning, this vault is under my protection. Failure to withdraw will invite chastisement. Now let's see how much of the theorem... Yep. That was colourful. But yep, so that's the death wall.
Hold still.
Spin and fumble, stumble and fall. Oh, that is interesting. That is very interesting. How undignified. What foolishness. We regroup and counterattack. That's an interesting mechanic. Billowing bolts. Here we go. Here comes another one of those AoEs. Okay, so yeah, that is the group AoE. This is a very interesting design. Wild Weave. Okay, what's it going to do now? It's going to pop a AoE. That's all the same. Oh, okay. Okay. Rotary Gale. Okay, so that's that. Oh, here we go with another spin cycle. Ahaha! Okay, good to know that he's going to do that type of thing. Oh! Buggering hells! Get out of there, get out of there, get out of there. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Sugaring heck! Oh, I'm about to die. Come on, come on, come on. There we go. Thank God for benediction. Why can I not jump free? Too much food of late. Oh, you burn now, Weaver. Just let me catch my breath. I'm loving this boss's mechanics. It is. I cannot for the life of me remember a boss's mechanics that handles like this, which is just fantastic. Okay, so we want to dodge the green ones now, so we want to hide over here.
Hold still.
I love how I can now trigger Liturgy of the Bell since the patch update, which is nice. Bada boomba! I like that fight. That was nice. Hey, we get to have our happy face. Oh, that was fun. Rampart card. Ooh, nice. Rampart. Let's have a word with everyone. A fitting sentinel. Hidden room within a hidden vault. What is this place? We found all the treasure then. Let's see what's in my coffer. What's my loot? Ooh! Orchestrion roll! Love it, love it, love it. And a Darbar jacket of fending. How does this look? Oh! Oh, that's quite nice. Oh, it's got a little mini... Oh! It's got a pair of pistols. And this is the... Vending jacket. This is the tank jacket. This is the tank chest piece. That looks nice. Can it die? Yeah, it can. Let's see what the die looks like. Which bits die? Aha, it's that bit that dies. Okay. Ah, that's interesting. Okay. So you still have that blue sash going there. And little blue tassels. That's nice. Okay. Well, I do wonder what the rest of the full sets of gear will look like. But, alright. Let's end the dungeon and see what goodies await us here in Al-Zadal's legacy. Oh, that looks ominous as hell. And big red button. What have we here is a big red button.
'Tis not unlike a Hunnish alchemical furnace in design.
Well, there is one way we might find out.
It's a big red button. I mean, look at it. It's wrapped up. It's sealed up.
You mustn't touch it.
Oh. Hey. Vitra.
Vritra! Oh, my apologies. Should I continue calling you Varshan?
I mean, we're in private. I think we can call him Vitra.
You may address me as you wish. My nature is no longer a secret. Still, this is not a setting I imagined for our union. Surely you've not entered these ruins as common looters.
Well...
Would that we could deny your accusations, but I fear you're not far from the truth.
I mean, treasure under the bounty.
Great Vritra, might we beseech thee to explain the nature of this strange contrivance?
It was crafted by our alchemists at my behest, for the purpose of sealing something away.
Oh. Yep, that's a big red button. I wasn't going to touch it, but you know you're Stola.
You and I will speak later.
Uh-oh. I'm in trouble.
Not the time for frivolity, my friend. Not the time.
Yeah, good point. Okay.
This something of which thou speakest, might it be some manner of threat?
Perhaps I should simply show you.
Okay. Is there a little window we can look through? Just gotta, you know, check on the occupant. Oh, hello. That's a... Oh, boy. Wow, that's a portal and a half. That's a void gate.
I have lifted the seal, if only for the moment, by an authority only I possess.
A planar fissure?
No, my friend. Small though it may be, this is a functioning gate into the void.
AKA the 13th. Or at least the ruins thereof. Oh boy. Well, that's a whoops. Estinian, you have no idea. refers to the circumstances in their creation. A fissure is an incidental tear in the fabric, whereas a void gate is the more deliberate. We're still in trouble when you stole it. There's a honking freaking void gate there.
I must admit, I am deathly curious to know how a void gate came to be hidden in the depths of these ruins.
To tell that tale, we must first peer far to the south, and even further into memory.
Oh.
An age 5 millennia past, when the Algan Empire sent an invading force to the shores of Mericidia.
Ah, the southern continent. Wait,
The
that far
Sun
south? Oh
rallied
boy.
around the commanding figures of Bahamut and Tiamat, and fought fiercely to repel the would-be conquerors.
Oh, I think I know where this is going.
With Bahamut's defeat, however, the tide turned against them. Desperate to seize any advantage, the Mercidians resorted to summoning primal entities.
Which we have subsequently kicked the ass of, by the way.
In response, Emperor Zande forged a covenant with the Cloud of Darkness, sovereign among the all-devouring denizens of the Void.
Oh, we've also kicked the ass of.
By icons on one side and Void Scent on the other, the two armies clashed in a battle of unspeakable carnage. So much death, so much loss.
I consider myself well versed in that period of history, yet you speak as one who witnessed it happen.
They probably did. They may be the youngest of the brood, but yeah, they may be the youngest of the brood, but they were around for it.
Roar of defiance and sped toward that war-torn land. Along with my sibling, Ashdaya.
Oh.
We dragons are not male or female as men are wont to classify, but elder sister is the closest a mortal tongue can come to describing what she meant to me.
Oh, that's gonna annoy so many people.
I was the last of our brood to hatch, and Ashdaya cared for me where my sire could not. Thus, I was with her when Tiamat roared. I was with her when she journeyed south, and I was with her when she fought against the Void-sent hordes.
But
Yet no matter how many of their vile fiends we cast down, more rose from the abyss to take their place. Faced with an unwinnable war of attrition, Ashdaya risked her all on a final gamble.
uh-oh.
She plunged through the Void Gate itself to strike at the root of their strength.
Oh no. So Ashdaya is...
I tried to follow in her wake, determined to lend what aid I could. But even as I came upon Alag's glittering tower, I saw the rift close behind her.
No wonder her call was silent when asked
Ashdaya
for
has
aid.
been lost to us ever since.
I'm now desperately trying to remember if we ever saw a
I find
dragon.
I must retract my earlier claim of historical knowledge. Nowhere in the Crystal Tower's archives did I see mention of such noble sacrifice.
That does not surprise me. To Alagan eyes, it must have seemed as if a lone dragon, driven to madness, simply dove through the gate and did not return. For my part, I spent long years searching for the means to reunite with Ashdaya.
And thus, this!
Until I could search no more. Until Alag was dust. and the art to open a void gate large enough to accommodate a dragon forever lost.
Yet you have the beginnings of a gate right here, under the control of a harnessed device.
My discovery came before Al-Zadal was founded. Though I scoured the lands for a method to cross the rift, it was beneath the sea that I chanced to find a natural planar fissure.
Oh.
It was, however, far too narrow to admit a worm's bulk. Only after our city rose upon the rock, and I could enlist the aid of our talented alchemists, did matters take a favorable turn.
And you were able to turn it from a fissure into a gate. However,
Their
it's still not
dedication
big
was
enough.
beyond reproach. Tirelessly they worked to expand the fissure, and after decades of toil, it finally grew to a size that a child might pass through.
Hence, Varshan.
Not long ago, you told us that you called out to your kin, but Ashdaya's answer was silence. I suspect the conclusion to your tale is not a joyful one.
With hope in my heart, I used a simulacrum to cross the threshold. But no, I did not find her. What I found was a host of voidsent, clamoring around the opening they had sensed. 'Twas but a moment, but enough. I had no choice but to retreat and allow the portal to contract once more.
The gate was a threat to your people. You had to decide between endangering Al-Zadal and abandoning your sister. You chose the latter.
'Twas not that thy siblings scorned thy call. 'Twas that she was trapped beyond a barrier through which neither roar nor dragon may pass. Even now, in the desolate world of the 13th.
God.
I can scarce imagine your pain, yet it was wise not to linger in that place. Too long a sojourn, and even a being of your power risks being warped into a creature of the void. You've seen this phenomenon before, when we stepped into the darkness.
Aye, I thought our time had come.
As did I. Were it not for Une and Doga, or Nero for that matter, we might never have made it home. Do you remember what happened to Nero? How his wounds allowed the void's corruption to enter his body and twist his ether?
Yeah, I remember him turning purple and
Had it been
crystally.
allowed to progress much longer, I presume he would have been fully transformed.
Then there is little hope for Ashdaya.
Well...
No, I hadn't meant to. I speak only of possibilities. The scales of the first brood are extraordinarily resistant to ethereal fluctuations. They are the protective talisman's core components after all, and even the corruption I described would struggle to overcome. Of course. With the warding scale in one's possession, one could conceivably survive a stay in the 13th without being warped by its energies.
And we have quite a few of those.
Be that as it may, it is too late to rescue my sister. 5,000 years too late.
Yeah.
And now countless others look to me for guidance and protection.
I mean... it's open. You could walk through. Then again, it's only big enough for a child to wander in. Ishtola, any chance of making it bigger?
So when I sensed intruders in the ruins, I came only to ensure that the gate remained closed. That, and to secure the treasure, of course.
Ah, right, yes, that.
I wish only to forget the rest.
Yashola, I know that look in your face. I know that look. I must return to the High Crucible and arrange to replace the guardians you so handily destroyed. Yeah, we kind of broke everything on the way in. We're perhaps a touch zealous in our rush to uncover the vault's secrets. If the constructs can be repaired, we'd be happy to offer our assistance. That will not be necessary. Much as I retain spare vessels for myself, we keep duplicate guardians on hand for such eventualities. Yeah, let's head back to Razathan. Got to see. We can't get any closer to it. Okay. Well, good to know. We're probably going to have to wind up using that later. That's a thing. That's a thing we'll have to take a look at later. Oh. Alright. Thavnir. Oh, that's at hand. High Crucible. I think that's going to be inside Razathan somewhere. If not, I can teleport back out. Ah, there it is. Okay, so this direction. Yeah, we kind of broke all the toys. Whoops. Hey, Stola. That's interesting, Glam. Okay. Alright. I promise we will discuss the Void Gate further, but first I must attend to the matter of the Vault Sentinels. As your instruments have no doubt informed you, the Kapakulu has since been reduced to so much scrap. Please bring a new one out of storage and see it is conveyed to its post along with some few lesser constructs. So, tomb robbers, fiends born by the Tower of Zot, by the sisters, do not tell me yet a blasphemy yet roams free. No, that was us. We kinda broke it. Oh! Even Yuri, I just do all. Shifty eye, shifty eye, shifty eye. Why such guilty faces? Surely it wasn't you who were responsible for this. Oh. Ahem. Well, the details aren't important. I shall see it done immediately. Thanks for being so understanding. We promise not to try and break any more toys. And with that, the vault will be secure once more. I believe you had questions. Quite a few, in fact, but let's begin with the gate itself. It is still functional, yes? Indeed, which is why I saw it sealed with an alchemically forged lock and warded it with my magics. Such power must not fall into the wrong hands. In truth, the primary reason for the vault's construction was to keep the gate hidden from the outside world. So much effort for such a little door. That little door you speak of leads to an abyss teeming with unspeakable horrors. That said, in its current state, it could only emit the lowest of void scent. From this side, no man would be able to pass through. No man? I should think Alphino would fit, given a firm enough push. Cheers! Physical size is only one consideration. True restriction hinges upon the etheric density of the soul in transit. And yet you succeed in expanding this diminutive portal and sending your simulacrum to the 13th. Thanks to my brilliant alchemists. I should have destroyed the anomaly when I found it, but instead I bade them devise a means to control it. After so much experimentation, they accomplished the impossible. A method was conceived by which my magics could manipulate the fissure and transform it into a serviceable gate. The process has long since been forgotten. Once I'd given up searching for Al-Zadal, there was no need to preserve such esoteric and dangerous knowledge. Thus the gate has lain dormant for years uncounted. Our own passage was made to the 13th was made relatively simple thanks to the Crystal Tower. Ancient mechanism channeled the tower's vast stores of energy to open a void gate, one bound to a covenant made with the Cloud of Darkness. Once the sovereign entity was beaten back, however, the covenant was broken, and the doorway severed from its connection to the void. Theoretically, it should be possible to reconnect by forging a new pact with another void sent, but such deals usually end in betrayal and death. In any case, we should attempt to gain an understanding of the bounty gate. Mayhap we could resume the search for your sister. As I've already explained, I put those futile hopes to rest centuries ago. My place and my duty is here now. Ah, I had meant to ask, what prompted you to search for the vault in the first place? See if the legends were true. I wasn't going to put Estinian on this. I'm already in trouble with your Stola. I don't want to get bothered with Estinian. As you've seen, the fabulous wealth from the stories is quite real, if not his rumoured origin. I'm afraid I must assert a prior claim. I've been adding to that trove for years, little by little, but the time has come to spend it, that I might alleviate my people's suffering. And we are of one mind. We had no intention of taking it for ourselves. Isn't that right, my friend? I mean, just a little. I'm keeping the loot I got. Would you not object if I were to conduct a closer examination of the gate? I will make no attempt to open it, of course. I owe you and yours a debt that can never be repaid. Whatever boon you ask of me, you shall have it. You are most gracious. I shall take full advantage of your permission. That I would join thee in thy study, but the loppers will be anxious to receive my report. I beg my leave of you. Ooh. I must be off to Charlene as well. Mr. Squirrel was eager to speak with you about that request, so please come back to the annex as soon as you're able. Farewell for now. I believe that will be about the Alliance raid shenanigans. We'll discuss my findings once you return. You'll not be rid of me so easily. So there's a void gate to the 13th. May undertake the chronological new era quest series Myths of the Realm. Speak with the fresh-faced student at the Baldestine Annex to accept the first quest. Otherwise, there was a heavy purse to pay for a treasure map leading to a treasure we're going to keep. You will pardon all this, but design how best to put these to use. You'll lend me your assistance in these deliberations. Of course. Thank you. Let's together. I will follow his example. So yeah, I've got to finish the MSQ portion first, and then I'll turn off and do the Alliance raid shenanigans. Meanwhile, elsewhere... Oh, here we are. Yeah, this is in the 13th. Good lordy. Aha! Oh no. Oh. Chaos. That's what this is, isn't it? This is friggin' Gabrianth. Or something similar. I sensed the breaching of a gate, but it was not instigated from this side. 'Twas thrown open from the other. Throne of Earth. Throne of Fire. I too felt it. A rare occurrence, yes, but such a tiny portal is beneath our notice. There are more pressing matters at hand. An opportunity is upon us, the coming of which we have waited for nigh on 10,000 years. We dare not let it slip our grasp. Throne of Wind. Yet we must not underestimate he who bested the cloud of darkness. Even restrained by a covenant, the cloud was no feeble wisp to be dispersed by some flesh and blood mortal. Ah! Great, they're talking about me! Throne of Water. Bah, let him come. I will drown the world and watch this fleshling gasp for breath in his final moments. I can breathe underwater. Knight in Black. Your zeal is admirable, but forget not our cause. Think back on our struggles beneath the sunless sky. Remember why we cede not our will to fight. Oh! Not a Gabbrinth. Oh. That's annoying me. This time we set the war in motion and win redemption for our star. Oh. Not XIV. Bugger. What's his name? What is his name? That's annoying me. I have to look this up. Final Fantasy IV, I believe this one is. 4. What's the guy's name again? Golbez! That's the name. Golbez. No. No. Not the Lich King's brother, no, but good God, of course Golbez is here. Of course. Of course it's Golbez we'd be facing with this little void plot line going on there. Okay. Alright, sharing the wealth. Shall we begin? If we are to spend the treasure wisely, then we must first determine which groups would benefit most from monetary assistance. Some of my citizens may find it intimidating to speak with the Satrap directly, so I would ask that you act in my stead. Okay, let me get this straight. You think it would be intimidating for them to speak to you directly, rather than the guy who put an end to the final days? Which do you think's less intimidating to speak with? Oh, looks like someone here. Let's see. What have you got on you? Okay, Orthodox gear, not the new stuff. Okay. Alright, off to speak with Matissa. Yeah, it's like, So we got Golbez having a go at this now. Okay. But in Final Fantasy IV, the story goes that Cecil takes on the power of a Dark Knight and part of the Baron army, blah blah blah. Winds up turning into a paladin later on, and his enemy at the time, for a good chunk of it, is his own brother Golbez, who serves the Empire. So we're obviously going to be taking inspiration from that. The pod minion. Good lord, that was a large ass hitbox. We'll definitely take a look to see how much that costs in MGP. Oh, glad to see you returned unharmed. You finished with the boat then? Yeah, we're finished with the boat. Don't worry. You can keep it. We're done with it. Anything the village desperately needs? Well, I suppose Al-Zadal's loss hit us the hardest. Speak with the locals in Yellowmad. But yeah, that's the original story for Golbez in Final Fantasy IV. Not sure how that's going to pan out here as a reference in That would be an interesting trick to be the Lich King's brother, given the fact that, you know, entirely different game universes. And the fact that Arthas never had a brother, but he's got a sister, but we're not going to get into that. Ahem! I am not Estinian. Who is this? Ah! The other one who's the spear-toting fellow. Well, you can hardly blame a man for trying. If I didn't charge the odd adventurer a small fortune for afternoon tea, I'd be scavenging. Oh boy. Yeah, we could definitely do some more stuff being added into the economy. Ooh, that's an interesting sword. What have you got there? Is that the what sword have you got there? Ah, that's a deep shadow Glamour. Interesting. Okay. I do love seeing other people's glamours. What's up? That's in shambles, isn't it? Trade routes are open once more in a dangerous past. No small number of merchants have had to sell their ships to make ends meet in the short term. Add that to the sailors we lost. Yeah, fair dues, fair dues. Right, off to Megaduta. And back in Razathan. Of course it'd be raining. You take a ride on a dragon, of course they're going to recognize you, the dingus. Ah, my advisor's return. I've just made it back myself. Why do you retain this vessel now your true form is known? You could have flown across the island in a fraction of the time. It is amazing. The sight of a massive creature descending from the sky can be startling, to say the least. And there are few places I can enter comfortably without risking flattening some cart or stall. Yeah, you are kind of big. Fair enough. As for my inquiries, the people of Palakistan were unanimous in their reply. They are surviving. Resources were stretched to the limit when refugees were pouring in, but they persevered with some assistance from Yedilmad. They've always been an independent community, hunters and foragers and the like. I was assured that the jungle provides for their needs, for the most part. Pakistan has weathered disaster better than most, it seems. Good news and bad. Quarrymen were cautiously optimistic, having just sold a full wagon of giant skull to a foreign trader. Such visitors were few and far between. Compared to our best years, the weight of stone leaving Thavnair has been light indeed. The nation is small and isolated, its prosperity dependent on a steady stream of exports. We must identify any obstacles to the flow of trade so we begin working to remove them. I mean, what did you learn? Yeah, we need ships and sailors. Basically. A dedicated buyer, the average fisherman, must struggle to offload his daily catch. Yeah. I'll be in attendance when I announce the proposal to my assembled functionaries. Oh boy. Is this going to be a voiced part, or is it going to be texty?
I thank you for your attendance.
Voiced.
The riches
Well, this definitely seems to be a day of need.
And lo, that day hath come. May it aid our wounded city in reclaiming its vibrancy and vigor. In better times, I would leave such a task to our capable Ahawan. God's rest his soul. Finding myself bereft of his counsel in the here and now, I will assume the responsibilities of my office directly. Firstly, the treasure shall be sold for more convenient currency, thence invested into the trading port of Yedlaman. Our merchants must have their operations restored, their ships rebuilt. Commerce must flow once more.
Sound plan.
None were spared the tragedy of the final days. Of this I am well aware. But an absence was created by the loss of Al-Zadal's consortium. And by filling it, we provide new means for our fishermen, our artisans, and others to bring their wares to distant markets.
We go on a treasure hunt and we wind up fixing another country's problems. We just can't escape it.
And what of the children who were left without family to care for them?
That is a concern which weigheth heavily upon my mind. The simple gift of coin will soon be exhausted, leaving these young souls adrift on the fringes of our society. Nay, a proper solution is needed, one which doth guarantee their welfare for years to come.
That's always an issue, isn't it?
Thou hast surely seen how other nations rise to meet this challenge.
Oh, great! We have to come up with the solution.
Dost thou deem the wisest course?
Oh, great. Throw me under the bus, why don't we? Oh, boy. Okay, we have 4 options here. Taxes, levy them on trade profits in exchange for your investment. I don't think so, small children. Takes a village. Idleshire's orphanage was funded through trade in highly coveted goods. The Firmament's orphanage was built as part of a communal restoration effort. Let's go with that one.
Of course, the revival of trade can contribute to the building of a new institution. Let us put this idea into practice. A contract shall be written, requiring all who receive of Al-Zadal's treasure to commit a portion of their future earnings towards the running of an orphanage.
Sounds like a plan.
Now, such an influential policy is deserving of a worthy name.
I am not having my name attached to this. Something with Al-Zadal seems appropriate.
A fitting candidate. Al-Zadal should be remembered not as the blasphemy which terrorized Daphne, but as a hard-working and generous man who brought much wealth to our shores. Do any among you object to this proposition? Many here lost loved ones to the beasts.
In that time of strife, any one of us could have broken. Any one of us may have been taken by despair. When I think of Al-Zadal, I feel no hatred. Only a stinging regret that we could not save him as well. Isn't that right, men?
This bodes well for that boy. The rod was it. Perhaps he can cut ties with that shady peddler.
Who knows?
Then let it be done. Henceforth, this initiative shall be known as the Al-Zadal Foundation. Napdeen, thou art to assemble a patrol and ensure that no child in this city liveth in squalor.
Oh yeah, get the heavily armed soldiers to round up every child in the city to one spot. I mean, there's no two ways of going about it, to be honest, but it's just the visual.
See to the management of our funds and make haste. Our citizens must not suffer a day more than is necessary.
Dragon and man, side by side in pursuit of a brighter morrow. Reminded of Ishgard.
Some elegant silver pieces. Giant potato pancakes. Potatoes are mashed, mixed with eggs, then cooked to create these light and fluffy treats. Ooh. Potato pancakes. Might give that a try later. Might actually try to make one of those later if I can find a recipe for potato pancakes. Bridging the rift. Oh god. Thank you for putting forth Al-Zadal's name. Those whose lives seem rich will take comfort in seeing his legacy honored. You'll forgive me for not speaking sooner, but I bear a message from Archon Y'shtola. She asks that you meet at the High Crucible at your earliest convenience. Translation: now! At your earliest convenience, aka move your butt. I thought the satrap would be too busy setting up the foundation. My clerks have been the well-oiled cogs of this administration since before Ahwain assumed the office. I'm curious to learn what conclusions your Archon has reached. Well, it should be interesting to see how this goes. Allow me to lead the way, Your Excellency. Which teleport point's the closest? Probably just the regular Aetherite. So, that's the Aetherite Plaza. Hey there, Samilitary. Oh yeah, I spotted that. Yeah, I'll be doing a video later on. I'm working on a video about go into more analysis and all of that about the trailer videos. So yeah, I noticed I think everyone's noticed the corner of the forest video with what looks like an ATST's foot. And of course, the amount of people are going, no, that's clearly not Star Wars. I mean, one person said that there's birds tweeting in the background. That can't be Star Wars. There are birds on Endor. But again, I'll be going into more depth with that one with a later video.
Right, here we all are.
Alrighty. Oh, you sound excited, Y'shtola.
You discovered something new.
took a closer look at that device. I was able to determine how it keeps the void gate sealed, but not how it might instead be employed to expand the opening. For that, I would need to reference the technique developed by Vritra's alchemists, no records of which appear to have survived the intervening years.
Appear?
We know this, so why have you sent for us? Have you learned aught of value or not?
She's getting to it, Estinian. She's getting to it. Allow her a little bit of drama.
Patience, good sir. One must introduce the subject before launching into specifics.
She's a scholar. They do this. You get used to it.
From what we understand, travel between worlds is accomplished by passing through the nebulous rift which exists between them.
Yep.
Picture, if you will, the moment you were called to the first.
And all those crystals floating around us. Yep, I recall that.
You touched a focus of some kind to help the Exarch pinpoint your location. His summoning spell then channeled the energies of the Crystal Tower to begin your journey to his world.
Uh-huh. Here we have the
Magics
rift.
tore a hole in the wall separating source and shard, and cast you into the intervening nothingness. In that place, the laws of nature hold no sway. Yet even through this realm of temporal and spatial instability, you were borne safely to your destination in the first. The feat that guided you across such an unimaginable distance, both physical and metaphorical, was nothing short of a miracle.
However, I think you've lost Estinian.
Then what of the many voids found in the source? Who guides them here, and how?
An excellent question.
That is actually a good point,
There
yeah.
are several methods by which the Void's denizens might intrude upon our world. The rituals of summoning are the most typical. For example, let us consider the Gargoyle, a creature of middling power.
Oh, I do love it when they get into these lore descriptions of events and such.
To call upon such an entity, the prospective summoner must force open a void gate. The portal lasts but a moment and is relatively small, allowing only an imp or other lesser being to squeeze through with their physical body intact.
Okay.
Our more powerful gargoyle, however, is too large for that. Creating a gate big enough for him would require vast amounts of energy, far beyond the
These
reserves
look
of any
new.
one mortal practitioner.
I get the feeling we're going to be going here sooner or later.
Instead, 'tis far more common to bring over only the entity's soul. We had a taste of that ourselves when a certain exarch dragged us to the first. And just as our bodies remained in our world, the Void Sense physical form is left behind in the 13th. Once at its destination, the summoned soul is granted a temporary shell to inhabit. In the gargoyle's case, a stone effigy has proven a suitable vessel.
Wait. You said that Voidsent must be called here deliberately by someone in the source, reeled in like a fisherman with his catch.
That's an apt analogy, yeah.
Exactly. For a being to navigate the chaos of the rift, with or without form, there must needs be a guiding agent on the other side.
Okay, yeah, that tracks, yeah. You need something on both ends of it to make
When
contact.
the hordes poured forth from Alak's Great Gate, it was the technologists who drew them through. Though to my knowledge, planar fissures are in essence natural passages between our world and the void, which require no such guidance to traverse. Why is only the boundary between the source and the 13th so fragile? So much so that it often tears open of its own accord.
That's a good
I
point.
believe solving that mystery is key to understanding travel between the source and its reflections.
How do you intend to get your answers?
Oh no.
No, the danger is too great.
Yeah, he's come to the same conclusion as I have.
Perhaps. But what some call danger, others think of as adventure.
Oh no. No, 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 no. Oh, bugger, we're grinning. We're
But
grinning.
listening to my tale. Never mind that the means to expand the gate has been lost to the ages. Even could you force the portal wide enough, you would be greeted by an army of murderous horrors the very instant you step through.
Yep. Been there,
I'm
done
sure
that.
I was most attentive. And I agree that to go alone would be certain death. But if I were to bring along one who has already braved the 13th and humbled the cloud of darkness, well, I imagine my chances would be much improved.
So much for taking it easy.
Since when were you one for the quiet life?
Oh, I don't know. Went to the edge of creation, got my ass killed, basically. I think I'm due a little R&R, don't you think?
Once again, I put my life in your ever-reliable hands.
Just don't do the teleport trick again. I don't think we can bring you back
That said,
a third
as much as I
time.
would like to march straight back to the Void Gate, there is the small matter of being unable to open it without the Satrap's personal authority.
Oh boy.
As I've said before, I will grant you and yours any boon you choose to name, provided it does not endanger my people.
Ah, yeah, there's always that little proviso.
You have my word that we will take every precaution. Not a single void scent will be allowed to threaten Al-Zadal, assuming we manage to expand the portal in the first place.
That's a good point. We still need to get the damn thing
You have
open.
a plan.
Actually, I had hoped you might help us with that. I presume the alchemists you retained supplied you with some explanation of their methodology.
That they did. House Daymir was overseeing the project.
Okay, let's Daymir. We can have a chat with them then.
Daymir. Ah, yes. The family associated with the great work.
So we may hopefully be able to find some information there.
I
Oh
did
boy.
not fully comprehend the theory, but their research began with a void scent which had slipped through the fissure.
Makes sense.
After a thorough examination, they created an arcane simulacrum possessed of similar qualities. A man-made void scent, if you will.
Ha!
It was apparently indispensable in their efforts to enlarge the gate.
Oh boy.
A man-made voice.
Yes. Being great admirers of the Archons, House Daymir submitted detailed notes to Charlene's official committee. They expected praise and accolades for their simulacrum, and were thus devastated to be informed that their work had been classified as prohibited material.
Well, looks like a visit to
If that's
Charlene's
true,
involved.
then those notes might still be stored in a forbidden archive somewhere. Not Google, of course, since that library had yet to be built. Which leaves us with...
Numenon. With Graha's favorite place to sneak around.
Indeed. Numenon's restricted stacks may very well hold a copy.
Of course, we still need to get down to the restricted stacks. Which, I think they might be on the lookout for us if we go there.
I say we head directly to Charlene.
Oh boy.
Unless you anticipate needing help to reach the high shelves. Go on ahead. Still need to find Mirad and tell him about the Al-Zadal Foundation.
To be fair, we might need your help to reach the high shelves. If we can get down there in the first place.
Let us be on our way as well.
Right, back on off to Charlene.
They are resolved to venture into the void. Do I sit idly by?
Editor Jonathan Yuns. And what did I think of Kingdom Hearts 4? I'm looking forward to it. There's been far too long without a Kingdom Hearts. I'm definitely looking forward to it. We're to enter Numenon's restricted archives with a minimum of fuss, and we must secure the permission of the Forum. We shall need to enlist the cooperation of a member to broach the matter on our behalf. Who do you think might be inclined to assist us? No one springs to mind? There's Scarlet Monteshane. Yeah, he might do in a pinch. Time to see if this behaves. Aha, it does. Excellent. Yeah, with one of the 6.1 updates, they made it so that if you teleport or ride or something like that, your companion, will join you as well. So, discuss the studium. I apprenticed to Master Matoya at the age of 7, labored under tutors for a full decade. Oh, you never attended studium. Neither did Thancred. Tea at the last stand after a day of lectures. Just to see what the other option is. Should I wonder as well? Oh, inside we go. Alright, let's see. Where is Mr. Monteshane? So we're not interrupting a class. Oh, it's entirely possible. I mean, We've already got a theory that we've got Star Wars involved with Endor, possibly. So, who knows? Pray forgive the intrusion, but we were hoping you might help us secure permission to enter Numenon's restricted archives. Oh, no furtive forays into the stacks this time, eh? I applaud this newfound sense of propriety. Yet in all this wide world of comparative serenity, what so compels you to disturb a vault of forbidden wisdom? We need to get access to the Void of the 13th. You know. Reasons. Fascinating. I know such a technique existed. It's lain dormant in Charlene's archives for many centuries. Well then, surely we don't intend to cross over into the void. Well, actually, yes. That's precisely what we intend. What end, pray tell? Develop a mean of traversing the rift, for one, but I may keep my word to a distant friend. Sentiment aside, I have journeyed to the end of existence. I have heard, felt, and thought endlessly about the truth of our world and the echo of its future. And now I understand everything, to unravel it all down to its very last secret. What scholar worthy of the name would force open a void gate or two if a grand revelation was the promised reward? Marvelous. An audacious proposal worthy of Master Matoya herself. Here comes the forum voicing it down, and then we have to sneak in. We received you as the support of another well-placed acquaintance. Aha! That would tip the balance in our favor, yes, if we could convince Fortuno, but convincing him to let us open a void gate. Considered a personal favor. Yeah, sure, we'll indulge you, buddy. I'm sure to pass on any revelations. Right, how are we going to convince Fortuno to let us access to the Forbidden Archives? I mean, this is Fortuno. He is Captain... No. Never mind, Captain. He is Admiral Stick in the Mud. Convincing him is going to be like, oh, God. I'd rather face the Endsinger again. I'd rather face the final days again. Oh boy. Maybe we can get Emilians on our side. If we get Emilians on our side, we might be able to convince him. But, who knows? Well, let's see what we can do. Good man. Might we prevail upon you to let us in? We need to have a word with the master of the house. I should inform him that he has guests. Are we going to go inside, or is he going to come out here? I was hoping we can go back inside. Nope, he's come outside. Dang it. Well, Emilians would invite you inside for tea, but I assume this is not a social visit. Yeah, we kind of need to get your permission to get into the restricted sections. Yashola, you do the talking, please. Oh, great, we're doing some talking. Oh, boy. I suppose I should praise you for following the proper protocols this time around. Good lord. I assure you, will not attempt to circumvent this forum's authority again, unless it is absolutely necessary, of course. Of course. Restricted archives are restricted for good reason, yes? If no pressing need exists, then why risk the consequences of employing the forbidden knowledge? For a brother who misses his sister. She was his guardian and his friend, a selfless hero who crossed the rift between worlds to save her homeland from horror and suffering. Aha! Preying on sentiment here, Yashola. God, you are terrifying. Offering to share your experiences in the first, you constitute a fair exchange for our cooperation. Don't celebrate just yet. The Forum must still be convinced. I will add your request to the list of today's deliberations and deliver the decision to you at the Valdesian Annex. No other talkie points, so off to the Annex. Alright, so are we going to get permission, or do we need to sneak in? Oh, the pair of them came. So, what did the Forum decide? Well, bluntly, Master Matoya has burned some bridges here in Charlian, insulted the Earth for good measure. When it became clear her student was the petitioner in question, well, no few members voiced their discontent. Yeah, of the incredible debt we owe to you and your companions. That served to silence the grumbles and stiffen a few spines. Oh, good, we gained permission. Thank you both for speaking on our behalf. Yes, well, as I'm sure you're aware, this permission does not extend it lightly. Forbidden knowledge to be treated with the utmost caution, and there will be repercussions if it is not. I wish you well in your endeavour, and bid you good day. Wow! I think I saw the stick come out a little bit. Never the same, that one. Right. Off to the restricted section. Or rather, Y'shtola is. Rather well, I think. As a child, I dreamed up any number of schemes for getting my hands on those forbidden tomes. Now I can simply walk through the door. Focus. Yeah, you presume correctly. You'll want to speak with the index page when you arrive. It's been instructed to grant you access to the restrictions section. Right. Shall we? Right, off to the restricted section then. Thought there might be a wee break here, but nope. God, how long have we been going for? Ooh, nearly 3 hours. Good lord. Alright, off to the index page. Reference page. Index page. Archon, Y'shtola, and guest identified. Do you wish to proceed into the restricted archives? Follow me if you would. Watch your step, and please note that your use of naked flames is discouraged. Fair enough. We are going into restricted sections. So many books.
If House Damia's notes are to be found anywhere, it will be here. Let us begin.
Okay, let's see now. Yes, we're here for what specific goal? You need to remind me. Lady, I am under the same issue. Right, untitled journal. What do we have here? Today, in a world not my own, I met the most beautiful void-born creature. She was so unlike her ravenous brethren, eyes blazing not with hunger but trembling, like a candle's flame threatening to flicker out at any moment. Untitled Goldsmith's Journal. Manderville! All that matters is the love I feel for its exquisite transcendent being. You are tempted to read more. This does not seem to be the volume you are seeking. That would explain a hell of a lot, though! That would explain a hell of a lot! I mean, is this suggesting that Mrs. Mandeville is a void creature? Oh boy. Weighty tome. In the year 1564 of the 6th Astral Era, the Amalja summoned Ifrit, their patron god. Accounts describe the being as a gigantic lizard-like being with a potent command of fire-aspected magics. Blah, 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 blah. What then might emerge from the ether should one who believes in an almighty omniscience attempt the same ritual? Would the scholar himself grace us with his presence? Some other embodiment of divine sagacity? Leather-bound log. This might be it. Aha! Stole up. I think I found it. Here we go. One ancient book.
Yes, the ether signature is unmistakable. I've felt the traces of House Damia's resonance many times at the Great Work. Time to see what all the fuss was about.
Ooh.
Among the ranks of the Voidsent, there exist entities with the power to call forth their brethren from beyond. The species known as Atomos, however, is uniquely prodigious in this regard.
Okay.
From its distended maw, it can expel an endless procession of void-born creatures. A talent which sorely tested the Radiant Host in its battles against these abominations. Surmising that the entity itself was acting as a void gate, we endeavored to capture a small specimen and subsequently examine its physiological structure. Our findings reveal that the Atomos had absorbed a planar fissure into its own flesh, which it could expand at will into a functioning gate.
That would explain a few things.
Upon further analysis, we identified an ethereal wave pattern emitted during this process. a pattern we were able to emulate by passing crystal-stored ether through a specially designed prism. We proceeded to embed said prism into an arcane simulacrum, thus completing what we have dubbed our artificial atoms.
Well, we've got some work ahead of us.
How could I have been so blind to the possibilities? This species, not to mention its ability to summon void scent, has been discussed among academics for years now. Just before the advent of the 7th Umbral Calamity, we received reports of Atmos sightings from every corner of Eorzea. Surely you've at least heard the tales.
I presume that would be more for legacy players, but that one with a different statement there.
And still, House Daemir went and built a mock Atmos of their very own. I'm not surprised the Archons consigned their work to a restricted archive. It was no easy task, but at last we've unearthed the volume we've been searching for.
I don't think they're going to let us take it out, however.
I'd be lying if I said I wasn't tempted to stay longer. See what other forbidden titles might be lurking on these shelves. But that would be abusing the very special privilege we've been granted now, wouldn't it? Better not.
Oh, I know what you mean. It's like, so much to read. Oh, give me all those books. Far outside my field of expertise, yeah. Fortunately, we know a Hanish alchemist who would be delighted to involve herself in our Heist Daemir project. Your message will be conveyed. Should you wish to indulge in more forbidden literature, I will be here. Patron mode disabled. Security mode engaged. Right, back to Razat-Han. Oh, Nidana! Yep. We did now. Every word is forbidden knowledge. A forbidden tome filled with forbidden research, and you put it right into my unsuspecting hand? I can hardly wait to read it! That's the thing with forbidden knowledge. Forbidden knowledge is so juicy. Gimme. Read. I say yes, 1,000 times yes. You're opening up to my own heart. What do you mean to do with this big mouth simulacrum once you've built it? Oh, I intend to have a trip in the void. Ah, yeah. Once you've finished gathering the components, Charlene's mark has provided the raw aquamarine and pure water crystals. You might need help obtaining a small quantity of astrally infused water. Font of Maya. Good lord. Alright. Get past the wall. Alright. So far, so good. Oh, a surveying point. Come here. And look out. Oh! So that's what that does now. Neat. I'll be sure to take a look at that later. Astrally dense pocket. Alright, you Stola. Yeah, back to here. Ah, Fastidian. Bashan, you're all here. Neat. You have that flask for me. A flask filled with astrally infused water scooped from a strangely specific point in the depths of the Fount of Maya. Spell speed, I think. Void theory. Eager to depart for the vault. Our little party is assembled. Let's make our way to the ruins. Time to see if we can open a void gate. PvP is hard. Yes and no. Depending on the context. I mean, I'll be doing a video later on with the new PvP setup. Where is it? That would be that one. Crystalline Conflict is the new thing. And there's the front lines, and there's rival wings. So, depending on the match, and depending on the other people you're grouped up with, it can be difficult or easy. I've had some matches where it goes completely and utterly one-sided, in my favour, or others where it's like, God, we're getting curb stomped. So. Oh, this is the ominous music. Let's get the voice acting on here.
Things alone were impressive enough, but I never dreamed such a treasure lay hidden in the depths of the bounty. It may have been helpful to know this device existed, Your Excellency.
My apologies. The gate was a secret I shared with none but my closest advisors. I feared for what might happen should those with ill intentions learn of its existence.
Fair enough, it is a gate straight into the void. And we've had enough Mahakian shenanigans to understand that one.
What is it you're doing now?
There's
is something I wish to verify. The NOAA reports claim that a short stint into the void carries little risk of etheric imbalance. Should one suffer an injury, however, or if one's expedition drags on longer than intended, that risk becomes significantly greater. Graha theorized that a warding scale would confer protection from the void's corrupting influence. But I would prefer to test that hypothesis before we set foot in the 13th ourselves.
Aha!
So, this is an experiment of sorts.
Yes, an experiment. Tell me, how would you go about testing the efficacy of the warding scale?
Oh, you expose it to a shit ton of ether. Might as well go myself.
And how would you do that? The gate is still too small for any of us to pass through.
Estinian is correct, which is why I've elected to send a familiar in our stead. Now, a lowly imp can navigate a fissure, no matter how narrow. Which means an arcane entity of similar stature should be able to manage the same.
Oh!
I hadn't wanted it to come to this, but no other familiars will do, I'm afraid.
I mislike the sound of that. What manner of fiend does she mean to summon?
Oh, just a playful blob of water.
From ocean rise and cloudbank form, from mountain spring and rainfall storm, from river flow and life be born.
We're going full magical girl here with this summoning.
Water, water, froth and foam!
And her...
Your arms. I fear she's been possessed.
No, her image has just been completely and utterly shattered.
Oh, come now, that was adorable.
Hey, Nixie! Oh, you're still there.
Though not my first choice. These familiars I conceived of as a child have the best chance of fitting through the gate.
Oh, that face.
I only wish my younger self had considered a more dignified ending to the creation ritual. In any case, these two should serve as well. This one will bear a warding scale. And when they return from the 13th, we can observe how the talisman, or absence thereof, has affected the progress of the Void's corruption. If I could impose upon you to open the gate, Your Excellency?
I think you stunned the dragon.
We should also be wary of void sense slipping through while we conduct our experiment. Estinian, you are to keep Nidana safe from harm.
As you say.
You had best be on your guard as well.
Froth and foam.
Oh, are you volunteering to join the Nixies? I could shrink you down, you know.
Ah, yeah, good point. We should already demonstrate you can turn us into a frog. Let's not push that button too much more.
Shall we?
Let's not push the button too much, shall we? She's already gonna have words with us later. Oh, that is just far too adorable. Right, well, things seem to be going okay so far. Now we just need to wait for them to return. I struggle to picture Y'shtola as a little girl. Easier to believe she sprang fully formed from one of Master Matoya's cauldrons. Wow! Sister saved me. I'll never see Y'shtola the same way again. Froth and foam indeed. Oh, she just went full on magical girl. I'm now imagining Y'shtola in a sailor suit. It is adorable. It is just full on adorables. Oh, there's the fighting music.
I think we've waited long enough. Nixies, return to my side.
Whoa, okay. Ha ha ha! Oh, poor Nixie. Oh.
Thank you, little one. You did well.
Poor thing. Its essence has been irrevocably warped.
Company!
We're out of time. I must reseal the void gate.
Yep, you do that.
They're coming through.
I got it.
In the name of Al-Zadal III, I bar this door unto the void.
Oof.
Well, that was a sharp lesson in the dangers of void gates.
Poor Nixie.
And what of our experiment? I'd say the results speak for themselves.
The unprotected Nixie has suffered extensive etheric corruption. As Nidana observed, it's well on its way to becoming a void scent. The one merged with the talisman, however, appears unaffected. I sense no changes to its equilibrium. Rest now, little ones.
Well, we know the talismans will work.
Graha's theory was correct then.
So it would seem. But while our second familiar was untouched by void energies, The talisman itself shows signs of degradation.
Ah, that's an issue.
It was, of course, originally designed to shield the soul from primal tempering. It stands to reason that etheric corruption of a different sort would affect it differently.
Yeah, that makes sense. That tracks.
We may need to modify the warding scale's design to account for the 13th's uniquely unstable ether.
So we're going to need to modify that before we can
You've
make the
said much
atmosphere.
of the Void's instability, but my imagination fails me. What manner of place is this broken world?
Well, I've been there.
Ah, my apologies. I forget that not all of us spend our days sequestered in dusty archives. The 13th is a reflection of the source that was drowned in a flood of darkness. In Emmett Selk's own words, this tragedy was a result of the Ascians' attempts to force a rejoining. They erred in their haste, and made of that world a useless void. You remember Una Kalhai, the unusual child we met during our troubles with the Warring Triad. He explained the fate of the 13th thus. The champions of that ill-fated world used the stone known as Auracite to contain the power of primals. But those self-same heroes were gradually corrupted by the Auracite's bleeding energies, transforming into fiends with an endless hunger for ether. By the time anyone thought to oppose them, Light's strength had grown too feeble, and the balance of the 13th tipped
Encoding
to
error.
eternal
No
darkness.
space left on device. What the hell? Okay, that's an issue. Oh, wow.
It was Elidibus, as I recall, who rescued Una Kalhai's spirit from his final battlefield. But I wonder if there were others whom the emissary saved from oblivion.
The barmaid at the Wandering Stairs.
The server, Ciela, wasn't it? And you say she was another of Elidibus's pawns?
Yep.
I see. So Ciela, or rather Silva, was beguiled by the same dreams of heroism as Una Kalhai. And what of your own experience? Will you tell us of what you observed during Noah's expedition?
This will be part of the Crystal Tower raid series when you do it during the Realm Reborn content.
I can picture it now. The sunless, Stygian expanse, infested with legions of ether-starved monstrosities. A void in every sense of the word.
What you have described in such lurid detail is exactly why I hesitate to encourage you.
Should be still space on the folder. There's plenty of space left on the drive.
Worry not, great Vritra. Our journey into the 13th is but the first leg of a longer voyage.
Sorry, OBS stopped recording because
A
it
voyage
said
that
no
shall lead
file
us
space
to other
remaining.
reflections,
So.
to new mysteries and discoveries. And I mean to be there every step of the way. But first, I must focus on refining the warding talisman.
Then I can begin work on constructing an artificial Atomos. Or I could if I had the relevant manuals to hand. Might I be so bold as to request access to the Satrap's family archives? Your Excellency?
You presume he's going to give permission to all this?
Oh.
Oh,
yes.
he's just lost in thought.
That
Okay.
can be arranged. I will speak to my officials upon our return.
We will see you back in the city then.
There's also something to consider. Time moves differently between the reflections and the source. It's been like 5,000 years for us here, but it might have only been 500 there. Or it might be even more. Or far less. Time between them moves at a far different pace. And it's constantly changing and fluctuating. One moment you could have one day equaling 100, and the next day you could have it be the inverse. So who knows how long it's actually been for them inside there. I at least had good reason for not wanting to explain my Nixie ritual. Warden Scale can be effective in protecting the bearer from other sources of etheric corruption. Nevertheless, the talisman's durability will need to be improved if it is to withstand the void's influence for a prolonged length of time. It's a problem we can address without involving the brilliant but busy alchemist who created. Who do we know that excels at this kind of structural augmentation? Garland Ironworks. Excellent suggestion. Oh, just straight off teleporting there, okay. Don't even traverse it ourselves. I suppose that does save a bit on the traveling. Junior Ironworks Engineer. I'll see if he has a moment free. You just need to say we need to have a word with him and he'll find a moment. To Jesse's chagrin. Yep. Although we may want a word with Nero as well. Heading into the void to find a lost dragon. That sounds almost pedestrian compared to your last adventure. Yep. Hard part will be ducking Jesse or a constant barrage of demands while sneaking about doing the fun stuff. Off to the great work. I'm in the same boat of wondering how long is it going to take. I mean, it is brand new content, sure, but at the same time, I've never known a 0.1 content going as long as this. And again, it's a brand new story, so oof.
Istola! The adjustments are going well, I hope?
'Tis a lengthy process, but the end is in sight, yes.
That's wonderful news. I myself had some good fortune searching through the Satrap's private records. What I found was a transaction log dated around the same period as when Al-Zadal's legacy was built. It included a purchase list of highly exclusive alchemical components. And I knew I'd discovered the key to making the artificial atomos.
Good. The trick's gonna be this frequency.
I then visited the High Crucible to commission the materials. After I'd explained my requirements, I was beset by volunteers insisting I allow them to help with the entire project.
The usual reaction to someone forcing open a void gate is to run for the hills. Harnish academics certainly are a different breed.
Oh yeah.
The alchemists of old were cut from a similar cloth. The unknown held no fear for them. Indeed, they were ever eager to seek new knowledge, regardless of the danger.
Must be something in the
And were
water.
you not also fearless, heedless even, in your determination?
My sire entered his dormancy before I was hatched. And so it was Ashdaya who kept my eggs safe and warm.
But
It created a bond between us. Even long after I learned to fend for myself, I rarely strayed from her side. She was my guardian, my sister, my dear companion. And not a single day passes that I do not mourn her absence. No matter how deep the darkness, I would not surrender my search. I promised myself the time would come when we would once more take to the skies together. But I am satrap now.
The Radiant Host is here to serve, Your Excellency.
Nabdeen, what is this about?
Celestinian told us of your predicament. For centuries you have protected Al-Zadal, never showing your true self, hiding behind a curtain and living only in service to the people. Your dedication meant more to us than your deceit, and so did we accept you as our rightful ruler. After all that you have sacrificed for this nation, did you imagine we would begrudge you your heart's desire? We survived the final days. We are a strong and proud people. We, the Radiant Host, will keep Thavnair safe in your absence.
I am grateful for your loyalty and for your encouragement. And yet...
Now you listen to me, Varshan.
Oh. Oh boy. That's a tone.
You are wearing that face, after all. As I have told you before, you are a little brother to us all.
Aww.
And if you are family, then so too is your sister. We are there for you if you need us. But do not ask us to sit by and watch while you abandon a sibling you have ached to rescue for millennia.
You ain't getting out of it that easy, buddy.
We will succeed in opening the way. It is only a matter of time. All you need to is prepare to step through to the other side.
Your Excellency, I wanted to thank you for building the orphanage. It means so much that my sister and I will have a place to be together, safe and happy.
Estinian, you are really tugging on the
And I
heartstrings
hope
here.
that you and your sister can be together again too.
Oh, this is a concentrated assault. Will you wallow in uncertainty forever? Let's turn his own words against him, shall
You're
we?
saying I should seize this chance. Take heart and protect them well. Such were the words I once said to you. And here I stand, failing to live up to them.
Yep.
If my heart is torn, I am fit to protect neither Ajdaya nor Radzat-Han. My people, I have come to a decision. Vashan will depart Thavne for a time.
Yeah, let's get the gate working
My
first,
dragon
buddy.
self will remain in the palace, but only to conduct the satrap's most essential duties. While I am focused on controlling this vessel, there may be matters that escape my attention. I rely on you, my trusted friends, to watch over one another until I return.
Take care and fair fortune, little brother. Many tears would be shed should you come to harm.
I would not dare make you cry.
Duh. Bit of an ambush, but hey ho. The worm's thundering sighs were keeping his citizens awake at night. Any other former scions we should call on? Now on to specifics. Okay, that makes sense. More convenient having some manner of base camp near the gate itself. Oh boy. How long has this been going now? Whew. Alright, off to Megaduta. Oh boy. Providing comfortable quarters is the least I can do. Yeah. preparations to make air. We venture into the 13th. Now is the time. Yeah. This could be insane. We're headed to another world. Find what joy you can experience. Adventure or heart. This I know. Oh, hello. This is doing a thing. Meanwhile, in the 13th... I wonder, is this going to be voiced or is it still going to be text? Ah, boy. Oh, for the love of God! Well, that paths unwalked adventure spur, pulses quicken, spirits stir. Oh boy, yeah, that's definitely the void thing that was with Xenos. Whether it is Xenos or just simply his, 13th self, we have no idea, but hey-ho. And thus concludes the MSQ for patch 6.1. Good lord, that was a long one. Thank you all for sticking around for as long as you have. Oh boy. So that was about nearly 4 hours. Well, I'm going to take a wee break now, before we go do the Alliance raid. So I'm going to take a quick break, grab some lunch, and see you guys in a bit. JaffaArchfiend, sucking hell. JaffaArchfiend, out.